Welcome back to the show. James Rule, XRP, good morning. It is Monday morning, Southeast Texas. The sun is shining. I'm so happy to be a part of this community. And if you're new to this space, you might be asking yourself, okay, is it worth my while getting into crypto? Is it worth my while studying blockchain, learning about blockchain, learning about the different ecosystems, learning about how all these major institutions, banks, companies are starting to integrate blockchain technology? Yes, it is. You're at the right place at the right time. I've been in this, 2017, almost 8 years. July will be 8 years that I have been in this space, that I have been jumping in those rabbit holes. I created my channel in 2020. I created my X account. I created my YouTube channel. I consider myself a crypto teacher. Whatever I tell you is not financial advice, but I tell you what, people, you are at the right place at the right time, people. We're going to look at several things today. We're going to look at two-factor authentication. We're going to look at an extra means of security when you set up a crypto account, when you set up a bank account, whenever you set up an X account, social media. Two-factor authentication keeps all the bad actors away. It gives you the opportunity to be your own boss, handle your own transactions, and do them securely. We're going to look at a couple of articles. We're going to look at some different things, and we're going to have a good time, and I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at numbers. CoinPaprika.com, total market cap, 3.459 trillion, total crypto market cap. Bitcoin is $107,000. Ethereum is $2,639 per token. And XRP is up to 226. We are seeing some green action today with XRP. I don't know the reason. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to complain because we were down to roughly 214, 215 last night, and it has jumped up over 10 cents. It is really incredible to see this. Now, tomorrow or this afternoon, it could drop down to $2. It could drop down to $1.90. The neat thing about looking at this, and if you go all the way back, go to Max. You can see where in 2018, XRP, based on hype, went up to $3, and I think it was around $3.40 back in January of 2018. And then in 2021, about April of 2021, before Gary Gensler got sworn in, everybody got excited, and XRP jumped. And then what happens November of last year? We had a major boom. And the neat thing about it, we have been maintaining around the $2 mark. We are experiencing price discovery. We are experiencing regulatory clarity, digital assets, governments, the banks, institutions are starting to wake up to the fact that these wonderful ecosystems, these wonderful technologies are not going away, people. Let's go and get into it. Now, my friend, something to fierce. Her name is Lindsay. She is the owner. She is an XRP community member of Coastal Coffee Company. I'm a coffee freak. I drink coffee every morning. And I got with her and I got some samples coming in. And I'm going to check it out because I love coffee and I love supporting XRP community members. I think she's from North Carolina, Coastal Coffee, North Carolina. I'm not affiliated. I'm not a sponsor. This is the webpage, coastalcoffeecompany.store. And it's set up really nice. It's got the company. It's got her, the Queen of Coffee, founded by Lindsay, the Queen of Coffee. The Coastal Coffee Company is all about great coffee, good vibes, coffee merchandise, and a love for the coast. We source the best fresh roasted beans from Brazil, Mexico, Guatemala, and Colombia, crafting single origin roast and bold blends that bring the ocean's energy to every sip. Here's the collection, coffee, swag, all the above. I just want to say hats off to Lindsay for creating this and for giving the community an opportunity to purchase something from the community. That's what it's all about. We're all looking out for each other. Okay, right here. This just came in this morning. if you have downloaded the Xaman wallet, it used to be the Xum wallet, XUMM. It's now Xaman. And what it is a self-custody wallet that you download to your phone where you can hold your XRP, you can hold XRPL tokens, you can hold stable coins. They have just announced that there's now going to be 0 fees for adding trust lines on the Xaman wallet. And what this means, every time you set up a trust line so that you can have access to these many tokens that are on top of the XRP ledger, before it would cost 0.2 XRP or, roughly a fifth of an XRP to set up a trust line. Well, they have now eliminated that. And it says with more high quality stable coins like USDC launching on the XRP ledger and RLUSD, which is Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin gaining momentum, the ecosystem is evolving fast. To support this growth, we're removing the fee for adding trust lines. 0 fees on adding trust lines. I went in and I added the Circle trust line to my Xaman wallet, and the issuer fee is 0%, people. It's not 0.2 XRP to set up a trust line. Now, there are ledger fees, which is a fraction of a penny every time a transaction is made on the top of the XRP ledger. And what this does, this ledger fee is eliminated, is burnt forever. So all the 100 billion XRP that were ever created back in 2012, 2013, of that 100 billion, there are no longer 100 billion. There might be 99 point such and such billion left because the XRP ledger is a deflationary ecosystem. And as major institutions, major adoption of XRP is granted, and you're looking at trillions or quadrillions going through the XRP ledger, it's going to be deflationary and the value is going to go up. Flare Network. I've been talking about Flare in the past. Flare Networks has the Flare, FLR, and the Songbird SGB token. XRP is gaining serious momentum. Institutional adoption is scaling quietly but massively, from public companies holding XRP in treasury to cross-border payment integration. Meanwhile, the Hidden Road acquisition brings XRPL into the 3 trillion plus institutional clearing network, making it a true backbone of sentiment. Flare adds the missing layer: on-chain XRP yield and DeFi utility, completing Ripple's vision and unlocking XRP's full valuation potential, people. It is happening. All of these wonderful, massive ecosystems are starting to become interoperable. They are starting to mesh together. And if I'm not mistaken, Charles Hoskinson, Cardano, ADA, is talking about integrating RLUSD, the XRP ledger, onto the ADA Cardano network. Flare.network. Here in the past 3 years, which is almost up, there's 8 more flare drops remaining. 8 months of flare drops remaining. And what has happened over the past 3 years is that these flare drops give you passive income. What you do, you go in and you wrap your flare. You put your flare, you allocate it to a FTSO, Flare Time Series Oracle, and your flare never leaves your wallet. It is putting your wrapped flare in the ecosystem for liquidity, and then you gain passive income in wrapped flare. So there are 8 more flare drops remaining. I'll leave a link to everything below. I use the Bifrost wallet app to stake my flare, stake my wrapped flare. Do your research. Check this out, people. Came out this morning. Trump Media files registration statement for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, custodied by Crypto.com. ETF to launch later this year. Exchange traded funds are on the stock exchange, giving investors an opportunity to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum without having to self-custody Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're going to hear about XRP ETFs going live before the end of this year. When that happens, there's going to be more eyes on XRP. There's going to be more volume, more liquidity running on the XRP ledger. Highlighted down here, it says the launch of the Truth Social Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF is pending effectiveness of the registration statement as well as approval in the form of 19B-4 filing with the SEC. Upon launch, the shares will be listed on New York Stock Exchange, ARCA. Yorkville American Digital is acting as the sponsor of the ETF. Yes, it's happening, people, and it's happening fast. Now, if you're new to crypto, and if you've purchased cryptocurrency on an exchange and you got your password and your email and everything set up, sip of coffee. You want to make sure that you have the most secure form of security. I kind of spit that one out there. And two-factor authenticate, which means only you have access to transactions taking place either at your bank, on a centralized cryptocurrency exchange, even X. My X account, I went into the security settings and I attached Google Authenticator to the app itself. Google Authenticator is available on Google Play. It's available at for iPhones, all of the above. And what it is a program that meshes with the centralized exchanges, with the banks, with X, with whatever ecosystem that allows you to two-factor authenticate. And what this app is going to do, it's going to generate a series of 6 numbers every 30 seconds. So when you go to a Coinbase or an Uphold or a Kraken or a Binance or whatever, and you're meshed, in order to send that crypto off of the exchange, you need to make sure that the Google Authenticator is current. The Google Authenticator works properly and it's meshed. And the reason I bring this up is because I've received so many messages and phone calls from friends that say, hey, look, I just busted my phone up. I broke my phone and I can't get into Google Authenticator. I got a new phone. I downloaded Google Authenticator and all my apps are not there. All my exchanges aren't there. Well, unfortunately, this happens, and unfortunately, the public does not know how to back up the Google Authenticator app. And I'm going to show you briefly how to do this. So you download Google Authenticator, you go to an exchange, you scan the QR code, it meshes with the Google Authenticator app. And then every time you do a transaction, you have to open up Google Authenticator. You will receive an email. You receive a text validating everything. So here is how to back up Google Authenticator by printing the QR codes. Now, when you snap these QR codes, do not upload them to the cloud. Somebody else on the other end could be a scammer that could activate your two-factor authenticator codes. If you break or lose your phone, you'll have a recovery plan. A lot of people have been sharing this. A lot of people have been liking this. So first of all, on Google Authenticator, on the iPhone, there's going to be like 3 bars at the upper left-hand corner. When you click on it, it's going to show this screen. You're going to do transfer accounts. When you click on that, it is going to bring you to the next screen that you can either export accounts or import accounts. If you have a brand new phone and you've downloaded Google Authenticator, you're going to click import accounts and then you're going to scan the QR codes, which are going to be generated. It's one phone, you show the QR codes, the new phone, you scan the codes into your new phone. But right here, I'm just showing you how to generate the QR codes so that you may print them and lock them up in a waterproof, airtight safe. So if your phone does break, you will be able to activate those accounts again. So you're going to click export accounts. Create a QR code to export your accounts. On the next screen, it is going to say select accounts. It's below this were my accounts. I'm not going to show you those, but it's going to say to export, we'll create a QR code that stores the accounts you select below. I select every one of them. I want to back up every one of them. And at that point, you generate it. Then your QR code is generated. I have so many institutions, exchanges, whatever set up, it requires me to print out 3 QR codes. Now, a rule of thumb, whenever you decide to attach to an additional cryptocurrency exchange, an additional bank, an additional app or whatever that requires two-factor authentication, you're going to have to regenerate those QR codes because the QR codes are going to mesh all of these institutions and companies that you're attached to. So every time you add an Uphold or a Coinbase or a Kraken or whatever, you want to make sure that you regenerate these QR codes, print them out. So if you have an issue with your phone, if you have an issue at all, you can actually pull them back in by scanning the QR codes with your new cellular device. I know it sounds confusing right now. It sounds tedious. It sounds crazy, but I tell you what, this right here will save you the heartache of having to go to an exchange. Oh, I can't get to my account because it's requiring two-factor authentication and my Google Authenticator is not working because I had to buy a new phone. So the exchange is going to require you to KYC again, your driver's license, your last transactions. It's a pain in the ass, believe me, people. And if you go in and you do these steps and you back up your Google Authenticator and you print out the QR codes and do not upload those QR codes to the cloud, delete. This will save you hours, if not weeks, if not months of trying to get to your cryptocurrency, your bank account, or whatever. Okay, let's go to the next one. Coinbase and Gemini, which are cryptocurrency exchanges, have reportedly tracked for EU crypto licenses. It says Coinbase is said to be in line for approval in Luxembourg, while Gemini is finalizing a license with authorities in Malta. So you're going to see Coinbase and Gemini worldwide. There's many exchanges that are only in your territory, only in your country, that other people can't get access to. Like, there's opportunities out there. You just have to make sure that they are legitimate exchanges. Don't let somebody send you an email, say, look, check this out, go to this exchange, set up an account, deposit your money, everything's going to be okay. Go in and do your research. Google it, make sure that they are legitimate, centralized exchanges. If you've never self-custodied before, like the Xaman wallet or a hardware wallet that you can purchase to be your own self-custodian, you need to do your research. You need to know exactly what you do. If you're brand new to this, don't get intimidated. A lot of this I'm talking about is confusing you right now, but you're going to hear about it as you advance, as you begin diving more into these crypto blockchain rabbit holes. You're going to learn more about wallets. You're going to learn more about self-custody. You're going to learn more about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the reason I bring things up is because I want you to know what the public is going through. I want you to know that some actors are bad. Some exchanges have no excuses. And this guy right here, Papa Bear Flair Well, had some issues with BitTrue. He says something is going on with BitTrue. It's an exchange that I no longer have access to because they're no longer available in the United States. I think this guy's in Australia. But it says, BitTrue, please make this go viral. BitTrue is not taking any responsibility for his XRP disappearing in the middle of the night to an unknown wallet. This is impossible for him to have been hacked on 3 levels, including my head. So he had 3-factor authentication. He had the email. He had the text. He had the 2-factor authentication. He has been hacked. Now, I don't know if someone gained control of his computer, of his cellular device. I don't know. I really don't know what happened here. But the reason I bring this up is because if you have a substantial amount of XRP or Bitcoin or ETH or whatever on a Coinbase, on a Kraken, on an Uphold, on a BitTrue or whatever, don't leave it on there. You've heard of FTX here a couple years ago. There was a hack. There was billions of dollars lost. Don't leave your cryptocurrency on a centralized exchange. If you are uncertain how to self-custody your cryptocurrency in your own private wallet and you're learning how to do so, and if you're afraid that you're going to lose your keys or lose your passwords and lose everything because you're trying, to keep it in your own wallet, there are options. iTrustCapital offers premium custody accounts. They are insured. They're institutional grade custody. There's no charge, no monthly fee. They keep everything locked up. It's USD deposits, crypto deposits, and only USD withdrawals. They only charge 1% to exchange from USD to crypto. As your cryptocurrency grows in your premium custody account, whenever you go to cash it out back to USD, there's only 1% fee. It's one of the cheapest fees, one of the most secure services. iTrustCapital, 5 years ago, I put everything I had into a crypto individual retirement account with iTrustCapital. In my 30 years of retirement have 10x'd. I have a ton of XRP stored in my premium custody account as well. It's safe. I don't have to worry about the passwords, worry about the seed phrases. I don't have to worry about getting hacked because no one has access to this but me. There's a link below. Click on it. Tell them James Rule XRP sent you by, and it's free to sign up, people. Be sure to subscribe to the James Rule Crypto Show. It is Monday. I'm now retired. I'm in the process of going to the gym, working on the farm, creating some more content this afternoon, keeping my mind busy, keeping my body busy, staying healthy, staying alert, and continuing to teach the crypto teachers. Have a good day. We'll see you this afternoon. James Rule XRP. Hey, I told you so.